We are going to be doing an unboxing on this Chanel piece over here, and I'm just so excited to share this with you. My name is Jenny, and this channel is all about handbags because we are just a little obsessed. So if you love handbags, then please consider subscribing. I release 2 videos per week, and we do unboxings, hauls, comparisons, and anything like that. And if you're not following me on Instagram, please stop by and say hello. So this is a special unboxing for me because I've had this bag on my list for so long. It was like a staple I've always wanted, but I just never could find one that I just felt was the right time. Everything comes down to timing and experiences. And I was saving this one to get specifically on my trip because there was a store I wanted to visit. I'm sure you guys know what that is. I wanted to tie a memory with it. I wanted to tie a experience with it. And I just knew at the moment, this is the perfect piece to pick up. So if you guys have been following me, you know that I recently took a trip to Japan. We went to Tokyo and some other cities around. I mentioned it. I've done other videos on just like my Tokyo haul. I'll drop everything below. Also, I did like a unboxing of my Celine piece I picked up while I was traveling as well. But this is, I would say, the top thing I wanted the most. I knew going into the trip, I was going to look for this specific bag over here just because I just have this love when it comes for vintage pieces. So I've been following More Vintage for so long. They are a vintage shop that has almost every single brand. They have 3 shops in total located in Harajuku. One is dedicated to Chanel. The other one is dedicated to everything else, Louis Vuitton, Dior, Fendi, Hermes, you know, everything like that. And then they have a 3rd store, I think that's more like apparel based with some bags. So I think it's 3. I visited the 2. The Chanel store was my number 1. I made a reservation. I planned it out because I did not want to miss my opportunity. And I went in with items that I knew I wanted. This being one, so I was able to source this one for myself. Mainly, I was looking for this piece. So before I ramble any longer, let's just unbox this right here. To be honest, since I picked this up, I haven't looked at it because I always want to show it with you guys first before I actually use it, enjoy it. I just have this thing where I want to unbox it with you guys. So let's get into it. This is obviously a vintage piece, but it came full set, so that was kind of nice. And it didn't have the dust bag, but it did come in this. I'll insert some clips and drop some photos of the shop itself so you guys can see. If you guys don't, I'm sure you guys follow them already, but just check out how beautiful their shop is. It's like when you walk in, it feels like a Barbie dream house. There's pink everywhere. There's every type of Chanel bag there. Hard to find Chanel bag, classic pieces, just anything and everything. And I honestly had such a hard time picking which one I wanted, but I had to stick with true to heart of what I actually went in there for, which was this piece right here. This is it. It is the Chanel Diana bag. This is a vintage piece, and I believe this is 1994 to 1996, if I recall correctly. But why I love a More Vintage is their condition to the bag is it's never been used. And it's amazing to me because this is 90s. This is decades old, but look at how it's held up. I just want you to look at this. It looks never used. And I've come across many other vintage Chanel pieces where you obviously know there's some issues with it. Either you have to get them, take it to the spa, or you'll see wrinkles or whatnot. But this is in pristine condition. Obviously, we all know vintage Chanel comes with 24 karat gold hardware. This is the size medium. They also have this in a size small. Now, I actually went in not sure if I wanted the small or medium. I was actually okay with both. I actually liked the way the small looked on as a crossbody bag, but for some reason the small was probably like $800 to $1,000 more, at least for the one that was available at the time. I didn't want it. I didn't really have a preference. I didn't think it was worth paying that much. And I was fine with the medium. I think crossbody medium still looks okay. And to be honest, it's kind of nice to have a bag that fits a little bit more. So I opted for this one because it did cost less. But I would say like a more vintage, their cost is probably a little bit higher just because it's a more. I mean, you have a lot of celebrities and influencers that shop there. So because of that, I think like their marketing, everything just drives the price. But most importantly, it's because their items are really in pristine condition. And it's not every day you find vintage in this type of condition. So it makes sense. I was willing to be okay to pay more if I knew I was getting that experience, I was getting the pristine look of it, and everyone there was super helpful in helping me find all the bags I wanted. So that was great. So like I said, this is the medium size. The inside also pristine condition. It says Chanel Paris up here. This isn't a lambskin, it's like buttery smooth. If I could have it my way, I would go with the caviar, but the caviar starts at 10K. No, thank you. I love the Diana, but not at 10K. So I'm fine with lambskin. Honestly, there's something so luxurious about lambskin anyways. And the inside is in the classic burgundy. It's standard. It's just one open space. There is a pocket over here, a zip pocket over here. The little zip pull just has like a Chanel CC on it. And yeah, the inside again looks never used. I will probably get an insert for this just because that way it'll keep its shape, protect the inside. You guys know I love my inserts. Zoomoni, I think, recently launched a thing where you can customize inserts. So I'm gonna reach out to them and see if there's one I can make for this, but that would be really awesome because I feel like that would just complete it. And I use them for my classic flap. I use them for my Fendi baguette. So yeah, they're like one of my favorites. This is not a double strap where you can, you know, double strap it up and wear as a shoulder. You see that? It doesn't really work that way. So you can see the medium is actually not that bad, right? I think for my height and everything, this falls perfectly. I don't think it's too long. I don't think it's too short. I think it's perfect the way it is. You can obviously wear it just like this too. However, like to me, this is a little too long. I don't really like the way. I like it crossbody a lot more, but there's a way to make it a shoulder bag. You just need to go in here. You guys know I always try to adjust my straps, but there's a way where you can cinch these straps in right here, you know, and then use little like clips that I have, and you just clip these two together and that will make a shoulder bag. But you guys know me, as much as I appreciate a good shoulder bag, I just love a good crossbody. It's just what I prefer. It's easier, it works better, and yeah, it's just really great. So overall thoughts, I have no regrets. This is probably by far the most exciting purchase I've made this year. I love this bag so much. And like I've mentioned on my channel, obviously like I'll still probably pick up pieces here and there, you guys will see, but my love and my heart just goes out to vintage. I just appreciate vintage Chanel so much. I'm so excited for it. And I just think the whole experience of being at a more, and you know, looking at the different pieces, some of these pieces I've seen on photos, I've never actually like seen in person. It was so exciting for me. It's just one of those memories I'll never forget, especially coming from a place of loving handbags and running our own like vintage bag drop business. Like I just appreciate it so much. So I am just so happy I was able to find the perfect piece and then I waited to actually pick it out in person. I think that was just really special for me. So pros so far is I can't believe the condition. Like I still cannot believe how perfect this bag is for being its age. I just think for a vintage piece, it's hard to find pristine like this. And then I will follow up with like a what fits inside, maybe like how to style and things like that. Once I use the bag, I usually like to use it a little bit so I can give a good like overall review on it. I'm gonna order my insert. And then lastly, like I mentioned, I wanna drop in some more clips. I did go to the second store that Amore has, and that's like their Louis Vuitton, their Hermes, like all of that other stuff. I'll drop in some clips here. But I was able to pick up a batch of stuff. And again, something about shopping in Japan is just so special because you really pick out the rare pieces, also in good conditions. That's about it, you guys. I just wanted to share my new love with you guys. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you watching this video. Thank you for sticking through. And like always, I will see you in my next one. Bye.